Moreover, all these curses shall come upon thee, and shall pursue thee, and overtake thee, till thou be destroyed, because thou hearkenest not unto the voice of Yahweh thy power, to keep his commandments and his statutes which he command thee. And they shall be upon thee for a sign and for a wonder, and upon thy seed forever, because thou servest not Yahweh thy power with joyfulness and with gladness of heart for the abundance of all things. All praise and glory to Yahweh B'Hashem Yahweh Shai B'Hashem Kakadash. Double honor to the apostles of Great Millstone. Salutations to you, Yakin, doing the work in truth and sincerity. That sign and wonder is still upon our seed this day. And our people, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Natives in mass numbers are still not repenting because you don't see it. And we know the prophecy that 2/3 of our people won't see it, which I'll read right now. Zechariah 13:8. And it shall come to pass that in all the land, saith Yahweh, B'Hashem Yahweh Shai, 2 parts therein shall be cut off and die, but the third shall be left therein. And I will bring the third part through the fire, and will refine them as silver is refined, and will try them as gold is tried. They shall call upon my name, and I will hear them. I will say, it is my people, and they shall say, Yahweh, B'Hashem Yahweh Shai is my power. So this is from Democracy Now! And I'm just going to play a couple minutes of it and get a couple of scriptures.
In more Supreme Court news, the private prison company GEO Group is seeking immunity from a lawsuit filed by more than 30,000 former prisoners of an ICE jail in Colorado who say they were coerced into participating in a $1 a day detainee work program. The Supreme Court heard oral arguments Monday in the case, with several Supreme Court justices appearing skeptical of GEO Group's position. The for-profit prison company is claiming sovereign immunity, the protection provided to the government from lawsuits because it was operating under a government contract. The GEO Group is opening more detention centers nationwide and received more than half its $2.4 billion revenue from federal contracts.
Now, just in case you missed that, basically this GEO Group, responsible for ICE prisons in Colorado, and they're about to open several more, is being sued for forcing people to work. That's basically it, to simplify it. They being sued for forcing the people they had detained to work. Free labor, or AKA slave labor. As what the Constitution says, you can't be forced into slavery except for if you're a prisoner. But these aren't prisoners yet, they're detainees. They supposedly, quote unquote, going through the process of seeing if they're going to be prisoners, supposedly. But yeah, just in case you missed it, they're forcing the people to work for $1 a day, basically slave labor.
Border Patrol Chief Gregory Bovino is reportedly leaving Chicago soon after months leading President Trump's contested immigration crackdown on the city. Bovino has been embroiled in controversy for defending his agent's use of force and lying about being attacked by protesters.
So these are other agents, supposed to be leaving, I'm thinking Illinois. And basically, they just reporting that he lies about protesters attacking him and all types of bullshit to justify their roughness, which, like she said, he's lying. And he's been caught lying. And his agents, what does the scripture say? As the king, so is the people. So his agents are liars just like him. This is Isaiah chapter 42, verse 22. But this is a people robbed and spoiled. They are all of them snared in holes, and they are hid in prison houses. They are for a prey, and none delivereth, for a spoil, and none saith restore. Who among you will give ear to this? Who will hearken and hear for the time to come? Who gave Jacob for a spoil and Israel to the robbers? Did not Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, he against whom he have sinned? For they will not walk in his ways, neither were they obedient unto his law. Therefore he hath poured upon him the fury of his anger and the strength of battle, and it hath set him on fire round about. Yet he knew not, and it burned him, yet he laid it not to heart. And that's you Jakes, man. And especially in these videos where it's actually talking about you northern tribes, the so-called Latin tribes. So hey, you still ain't taking it to heart that you are the Israelites. And you still not taking it to heart. That's why all this hell is being put on you. And most of you Latin tribes, y'all still not taking it to heart. So this is going to keep on happening until you start waking up.
CBS News reports Bovino and several of his agents could depart as early as later this week, though some Customs and Border Protection officials are expected to stay in Chicago. In related news, federal immigration agents reportedly pepper sprayed a father and his one-year-old daughter at close range over the weekend in the parking lot of a grocery store in Cicero, a Chicago suburb. Rafael Verdaza said his family was in their car when they heard a helicopter and honking. As he attempted to leave the area, a masked agent approached the car and pepper sprayed them at close range through an open window, hitting Verdaza, who's a U.S. citizen, and his toddler, who struggled to breathe.
You know, and that's these devils just showing you how much they care, man. Pepper sprayed this man and his daughter. Like, they don't give a fuck. They sending you to prison. They forcing you to work. You know, slave labor, and you still not taking it to heart. Now they already had Jake in hard bondage. Now they putting you Latin tribes in that same hard bondage. They're just doing it a different way. But this is the story of you Israelites, man. And you still not considering what's going on. This is Isaiah 1 and 3. The ox knoweth his owner, and the ass his master's crib. But Israel doth not know, my people doth not consider. Y'all not even considering that you the Israelites. Y'all not considering why all of these things are happening. All sinful nation, a people laden with iniquity, a seed of evildoers, children that are corrupters. They have forsaken Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. They have provoked the Holy One of Israel unto anger. They are all gone backwards. You're provoking the Heavenly Father to anger, and you're not considering who you are or why it's being done to you. And that also goes for the southern tribe, but this is mainly focused on the northern tribe. The Latin tribes, man. Hey, y'all not considering that y'all the Israelites as well. And the Negro tribes are about to get, you know, another reign of hell very soon, man. But, yeah, hey, that's basically the point. You Latin tribes, hey, you better start considering and waking up to who you really are. To understand why all of these things are happening to you. And then, you know, hey, It's only going to get worse from here. These prophecies are happening. And I'm going to end it with Zechariah 13:8 again. And it shall come to pass that in all the land, saith Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, 2 parts therein shall be cut off and die, but the third shall be left therein. And I will bring the third part through the fire, and will find them as silver is refined, and try them as gold is tried. They shall call upon my name, and I will hear them. I will say, it is my people, and they shall say, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai is my power. Hey, 2/3, man. You don't want to be part of those 2 parts that's going to be cut off and die. I'm going to end it there. All praise and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Kwakadash. Double honors to the Apostle of Great Millstone. Salutation to you, Akim, doing the work in truth and sincerity. Till next time, Shalom.